Dispatchers help callers on the worst days of their lives. For over 25 years, we've been there. A silent partner in millions of calls thanks to our redundant and diverse networks that ensure call delivery. Today, cities are bigger, traffic more congested, and the challenge is more complex. But you're never alone, because InDigital is quietly improving, implementing, and driving the next generation of 911, so you're supported in every situation. Make the switch at InDigital.net.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Oh shit. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is November 23rd, 2025, and this month has just blown by. I've got a special guest with me today, my homie Keely. What is going on?
What's happening? What's happening? I was over here dancing to music, and I was like, I gotta stop dancing when we go live.
I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, this month has gone by super fast.
I was not ready. When you said November 23rd, I like stopped and looked at my calendar. I was like, is it really like we're there? We're at the end of the month. Like this is it. This is the last week in the month. Hey, Christmas starts like now.
Dude. Yeah. Like November 1st, I was out and about and there were people everywhere. You would think that it was the last week of Christmas time. That's how people were all over the place. It was crazy.
It's insane. We were just talking about it today. Like we went to this little vendor fair, and even that was busy. Like, why are we already? You know what? We're in the thick of it, and it's the end of the month, and everybody's trying to get their Christmas shopping done, and I am not ready. I was not mentally prepared to hear you say those words. It's just not what I was expecting. So
yeah, this
you could have lied to
Thursday
me.
is Thanksgiving already.
Yes, we're there. I don't. You know what? It's gone by so fast because I've been so incredibly busy. Like I haven't come up for air until this past weekend. So
I hear that. Yeah, that we've been working on a lot of things the past few weeks, and it has just been going. It's been going crazy. So, I'll go ahead with this. So, with everyone who's watching and listening and such, like I do all the time with Open Mic Live. First off, sponsored by InDigital, Leader Next Gen Core Services. Thank you. Shout out to subscribers of the podcast and all of you who are watching, listening, supporting, sharing. Thank you all very much. But also, let's check in. How's everyone doing? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome, how are you doing? Where are you at, Keely?
you know what? Today was a good day. So I'm gonna give myself, I'm like an 8. I mean, I think I was a 9 until you said it was November 23rd, and
Oh, damn.
had a panic attack a little bit, but I actually like it was a good day. We had our last soccer game today from the season, and it was cold. Like my fingers are still frozen. But it was good. We got to go to a little vendor fair. My kid had his BFF over. It was good. It was a good day.
I dig it. I would say I'm coming in at about the same, an 8. It has been a good weekend. It has been a busy. This past week was really busy, but either way, a lot of good things going on. I'm excited for everything else that's coming up. So anybody who's out there, throw yours in the comments and stuff. But we're gonna start with some news.
Very suspicious right now.
Yes. So let me share my screen really quick because this is this is an interesting one.
Oh, God.
Yes. Yes. All right, here we go.
I have concerns.
An Inland Empire woman just was not having it. She yanked a man out of her car when he tried to get in while she was pumping gas at a station and then tossed him onto the ground.
Yeah, it was all caught on camera. You saw it right there. CBS LA's Nicole Comstock spoke with the car owner about how it all went down.
Well, the bottom line is this guy picked the wrong car, but he had to hop in to find out. Star Carter wasn't having it.
But I'm looking at him, I'm like, dang, he's about to jump in my car.
On a Tuesday night in Hollywood, she threw a stranger out of her car like a rag doll.
I don't condone violence, but I do condone self-defense.
She was sitting in her shiny red Alfa Romeo at this gas station when some random guy walked up and tried to open the passenger door. Her husband, Michael, who was pumping gas, told him to get lost and shoot him away.
I stood up and I was like, get out of here. And I walked around this way.
But after Michael got back in, that guy crept back out from behind the pumps and came after them again, this time successfully getting in the back seat.
I'm wrestling with him inside the car and I'm kind of pushing him. And all I know is he just disappeared and I'm looking over the back and I said, oh, ooh.
It was Star's final straw.
I'm sorry, I have to stop it right there because just the look on his face, his response, ooh.
I think that was my response when I realized, oh wait, he was in the car and
Yes.
she pulled his ass out of the car.
Yes, exactly, dude. Okay, hold on.
Wait.
We're gonna Anthony, what up, dude?
Hey, Anthony! Oh, God.
let me rewind this a little bit. This is so good, man.
And came after them again, this time successfully getting in the back seat.
I'm wrestling with him inside the car and I'm kind of pushing him. And all I know is he just disappeared and I'm looking over the back and I said, oh, ooh.
It was Star's final straw.
And then I just got him out like this. It was just like Kendrick Lamar verse was playing in my head, you know, like bing, bop, boom, bop, bam, you know, so that's all I remember. I'm so embarrassed.
It was truly a manual extraction for the record books.
I just said, don't you ever do no stupid like this again. And he just looked like
he finally picked up what she was throwing down. Their daughter Deja says it was very on brand for Mama Bear.
My mommy, she was in like fight or flight, but she definitely fought and he definitely took flight.
The couple continued on to a TV show at the Hollywood Improv. And while this little bump in the road may be funny in retrospect,
and at that moment, I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know what this dude is capable of doing at all.
They realized it was a dangerous situation and say the man was clearly high on drugs.
And like I said, she is indeed my hero. Thank you, Star.
Well, a couple says they hope this story resonates with people as a reminder to always be aware of your surroundings and always be ready to take action. Reporting in Moreno Valley, Nicole Comstock, CBS LA.
See, don't mess with Mama Bear.
Yeah, you want Star with you.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Everywhere.
All right, what are your
For
thoughts?
real. Oh my God. I think the best part is like he was in the car, like fighting for his life, and she came over there like,
Hell
tossing
yes.
his ass out of the car. That's incredible. Like, she is now my hero. I want to get something signed by her. Like, we should all have What was her name? Star in our
Yes,
lives.
Star. Oh yeah.
That was
Oh,
incredible.
the
His
the
reaction though, oh,
yes, that is the freaking best, man. His reaction to looking behind. He's like, he just disappeared. And I look over and he's ooh, and then the daughter at the end, she was in fight or flight and she fought and he took flight.
fine. There were so many great puns in this news report. This was glorious news reporting, and it was an Alfa Romero. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a kudos to the guy for trying, I guess.
Right. Yeah. That's a nice ride. Like, yeah. But yeah, even the news reporter, like, what did she say? Towards the end, something to the effect of he definitely got what she was throwing down.
Yeah, she probably picked up what she had thrown down. I think that's right. Quality news reporting this evening.
Yes. So for those who are watching and listening right now, I did not tell Keely what I was going to be playing for the news. I told her that we were going to start with some news, but I kept playing it up, and she's like, "Oh no, I don't even know if I want to know what it's going to be." Was it worth it?
It was worth it. It was. I always get worried with you because I never know what you're going to put me in the middle of on like live camera, and I'm always going to be like, because I have subtitles. Like my face doesn't hide things well, so like I'm always.
This is true.
It's gonna be. He sees me at meetings, guys. I'm telling
Yes.
you, I don't hide anything.
I've seen Keely in some meetings, and I'm like, I'll text her really quick, like, dude,
Fix your face.
your subtitles are showing. Your closed
so bad.
captions are not closed at the moment.
They're not closed. Put your filter on.
Oh man. Well,
I think the
that
other day was
that
pretty
so
quality.
good.
You were like, "Why are you so mad?" I was like, I just started laughing because I was like, "I'm not mad," but you definitely got that right away.
Yes, I could
So
feel the vibe through the camera.
I'm so worried that he's going to put on something from the news and my whole face is going to contort. It'll be some political something, and I'll be like, I'll need more Botox or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Keep my face frozen.
I thought you would get a kick out of this.
It was good. That's my kind of woman, man. Go in there and like
Dude.
WWE his ass out of the car.
Exactly. Yeah, you do not mess with that person. Whew.
No way.
Yeah, Mama Bear coming out, about to break your leg. And I like my legs.
Too.
I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. But dude, I would go to battle. I would go to battle with her. Like I will ride a beast into battle with you.
Hell yeah, right? Like we ride at dawn.
Exactly. Yes, for real. Rebecca, what's going on? Hello from Wisconsin. Rebecca says, loving our 50-degree weather. Dude, it was, I was digging it. Keely wasn't, probably because she was standing outside forever.
It wasn't the fact that it was like 47 degrees, but it was windy and we were on the Hudson. Like the soccer field was like up against the water. So like not only was it smelly because it was low tide near the Arthur Kill, but it was also like really windy. So everything on me is still cold. And that's not the kind of cold I want. Cold is fine, just no wind. If it's gonna be cold, there should be snow. What's happening? Why are we just cold to be cold?
Well, it's especially if you're still cold right now. Like, wow,
Still
that
cold.
must have been chilly.
It was cold. I was like, I think there might be a picture of me where all you see is this part of me. And I forgot my sunglasses to keep the wind out of my eyeballs, so like I had tears.
Looking like a cat burglar.
That's exactly it.
So as I mentioned when we first went live here, we've been pretty busy. There's a lot of stuff that has been going on, and it feels like since October, was it? Or the end of September?
October?
It was October. Well, yes, it was October.
Beginning of
when
October?
it got very busy.
Yeah. So the beginning of October, there was a lot of things going on, and we're going to show you some of this and some behind the scenes. But first, we're going to start with a trailer. Ooh. We're going to start with the trailer. And it is a trailer for a film called 13 Seconds. So let me go ahead and cue this up here. Send that audio through. All right. Here we go.
Lakeview Drive for a crash detection. They're pinging off the road. It sounds like somebody's moaning in the background. Looks like they're near a tree that they might have hit.
It's the driver compartment on fire.
13 seconds. That's how fast first responders were dispatched. This is people and technology working together to turn too late into just in time.
Victim is out of the vehicle.
Oh, yeah. So cool every single time. Every single time.
Every time I watch it, I just complete chills. But the coolest part was like, I have to say this, and this is going to sound so silly, but like when the drone shot is over everything and you can see how pretty all the trees were. It really was very pretty.
That's right at the end, right?
It's right at the end. It's
Oh,
so pretty.
dude. Yeah, look at that.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And like we were standing on the street, so like it was still very beautiful. It was just like being able to see it from that view was just even better.
It is just so that let me pull it back up here really quick because you're right. Look at that. Ooh.
Ooh, look how pretty.
It is.
And like we're right there.
Michigan in the fall, man, for real.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what? Anthony did tell me it was very beautiful in that area, and he told me there was lots of places to go and look and see. I wish I had spent more days there, honestly.
I mean, the community alone and just everyone around there, some really cool, very nice.
Absolutely.
Let me drop this down here. So all of this stuff was going on, and I remember Anthony says, now the leaves are gone, unfortunately.
Sorry. It's gotta happen.
It happens. So when all of this stuff was coming together, and actually, I will talk about the BTS stuff, but what I would love for you to do is for those who are watching and listening to give a synopsis, to give a little background, because this is actually, it's a save from an incident that happened back in June. And it was June 23rd, I believe.
Correct.
And you, my friend, ended up just randomly out of the blue receiving something, receiving an email, which later on I hear from the director of Cass County Central Dispatch saying, I think I did something.
Yeah. So basically, so my I get to say this humbly, right? Like I'm a contractor with Rapid SOS, and what I do is I collect stories. So really, like, and I get them in all different facets. I can get them either somebody sends me a text because they know me personally. I get an email introduction from one of the EEMs. It comes in via email. I find it on Facebook accidentally sometimes because like I happen to come across the story or the interwebs somewhere. Story pops up, news article, something. This particular one actually came in via our submit your story link, which goes right to me. The only person that gets it, actually me and Andrea, but Andrea was on maternity leave at the time. But I'm the only person that gets the stories in, and I get a little, someone shared their story, go check it out. And I go to my little like spreadsheet that it goes in and I read it. And the first thing I do when I get these in is I immediately reach out to the ECC, tell them I'm, grateful that they shared the story, because I truly am. And that's not just like a line, like there's this piece of me that I get to say this in such a a humbling way, and I'll try to say it without crying. But like when I started my career, we didn't have these tools. We didn't have technology, and to this day, I still have an individual that replays in my dreams. Like I hear her screaming. She called me yelling and screaming, but she was a phase one. So I didn't have anything. I didn't have the tools that I needed to find her, and her assailant had actually come back while I was on the phone with her, and I heard her fighting for her life. And so every time that I get to see that the technology has solved an issue for a dispatcher, specifically location or anything, any tool, there's this part of me that just feels healed by the fact that that was one less dispatcher that had to feel the way that I felt, and one less victim who goes without help, right? So to me, it's always about one less. So every time I hear these stories, it's one less for me, and I get to take them and do things with them. And so I went and looked at it, and I saw it, and I was like, hey, thanks for sharing your story. I would love to get some time with you. So my personal opinion is I love to hear all of them. So I love to get in front of the ECCs, and if they'll share the story with me, I just like to have the firsthand account so that I can use their words and not mine. So I interview and record every single story I get in. And Jen was like more than willing. I got time together with her. We got in our little recording studio and we were just talking, and she shared this story. And at the time when I interviewed her, it was actually July. I think it was like late July that I interviewed her. She told me all about it, and the one thing that she kept saying over and over again was how her team has a lot of heart, and that she, they just don't get the spotlight enough, and she just wanted to make us aware that this had happened, and it was our technology that helped. And and as we were talking, we're kind of going through it all, and I start like in my brain, I'm like, well, this is a good one. This is a really great story. I'd love to highlight this story. And so our boss, one of our bosses, we have a lot of bosses. One of our bosses has always been looking for like a unicorn story, something that like we could really highlight an ECC and show a story end to end type, to show just how technology and people and humans and everybody is just safer together, that line. And while we're talking, Jen had shared that they had a commissioners meeting. They had given awards out, but she thinks that the victim's wife was a little upset that she wasn't there to like thank them. And I shut the recording off, and I was like, I was like, I can help. I didn't have any permission at that moment to do anything of the sort, but I knew I could. So that was one of those, I'll ask for forgiveness later. It was like, I'm just going to go and do it. So that's sort of where the tee up comes, is I was like brainstorming with Jen, like, what could we do? Can we facilitate a luncheon? And that's really, I think my place initially was, I would love to be able to facilitate a luncheon so that the victims can meet the dispatchers and the first responders, because I know in my career, so many times we were the forgotten entity. And we never got to see that, in those impossible seconds, that the work that we did made a difference. And I know what that circle is like, that closure is like. So I was like, if I can even do that, and I can get permission for that, that would be enough, And then I go back, and it was like, I got off the call, I went on to Facebook, I found the victim's wife's information and saw that she had been like, I would have liked to have been present. And I messaged my go-to, and I was like, I think I got one that you might want to be in front of. And I explained it to her very quickly, and only in like 2 sentences. Like, I think I've got a really good story. I think it's the story you're looking for. And she huddled me. So for those of you in space who don't know what a huddle is, we've got Slack, and a huddle is literally like a phone call. It's like sound sound where like they play the memes and like people are calling you from work and it's like a different sound and then all of a sudden you like answer it and everybody's in your face. That's what a huddle is. So she immediately huddles me and it's late. It's late. She's on Seattle time, right? So it's late. She was like, "What do you have? What is this? Are you sure?" She actually pushed back from her desk. She stood up and she was like, "Are you kidding? Are you kidding? We can do this. We can do this for them." And I was like, "I think we could do it." Jen seems to be all in, and she was like, she was so excited, and it really comes from this like really humble place. Like you would think that it comes from a place of like it just she was just dying for an opportunity to be able to bring together a victim and the ECC. It's like it's all she's wanted to do. She's been here for 5 years, been at Rapid SOS for 5 years, and it's all she's ever wanted to do. And then it just snowballed. It just we started thinking of all the other things that we could do and the potential of this. And I think at one point Jen was like, I just wanted to share my story and maybe get some cool swag. And
Yeah. We just wanted some pens.
there's one of those Rapid SOS pens everybody talks about. Yeah. And so it was like the only reason why it was, I think honestly, if there hadn't been training and vacations and everything we were trying to be mindful of with everybody at the ECC, we probably would have been there in August or September. But because we were being respectful of, and also we wanted to do it right. We didn't want it to be rushed. So it was kind of like between us trying to make sure we had what we needed and, Cass County and all of the players there, it actually worked out better that we kind of took a beat and let the trainings and the vacations and all the things happen before we went out there, and this way we could spend some time, huddling on like what we wanted to do, we wanted this to feel like, and what because we wanted it to be very carefully designed that it was ECC forward. So that's how we get to bring in Ricardo.
Yeah. So, yeah, for everyone who's watching and listening, yeah, it was just like, Keely was saying, to be ECC forward and everything, everyone on the front line and those who are out in the field, this whole thing was to be able to highlight the amazing work that they did out there and this save for the victim in this vehicle and this crash and all, but how all of it came together. And it's called 13 seconds because that's how fast, just like the trailer said, that's how fast everybody was sent out there. I mean, everything was just working. Yeah, this is also about the life-saving technology, but if there isn't amazing, awesome people to be able to do it, then it doesn't mean anything because then there's no one there, and that's what this was to, to be able to give back and show just how amazing these folks were and everything that they did. And so then I get called to come in and do some behind the scenes work. And what I'm going to show you right now, as I showed you in the video, that zoom out, you can see the truck into the tree. You can see the fire truck there as well. What I'm going to show you right now is actually, so there's a piece. I have shared this already in a teaser a month or so ago now. But there was a chunk that I cut out, and there's a reason why I cut it out. I'm going to be sharing this on social media platforms as well as I continue to share some of the other behind the scenes stuff that I did. And the reason I held back this last week was because the trailer was already coming out, the actual film was coming out, so I didn't want anything else to be revealed until people have been able to watch this. So this coming week and the following week, I'll be putting out the rest of the behind the scenes stuff that I have, but I'm going to show this to you here right now, and I'll explain a couple things here in just a moment. All right, let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me let me say really quick. We'll go back over here. When I arrived, so this day, I think this was a Monday, and I had just finished recording an episode with someone. And as soon as I was done, I stuffed a bunch of clothes into my backpack, said goodbye to the family, and hauled ass to Cass County, to this location where this was going on. They had been there filming all day, and Keely had been sending me text messages here and there, just keeping me up to date on what was going on. She sent me a video of that truck going into the tree right before they lit it. And this video here, I literally got out of my car and started filming, and I caught this wrap right when they were doing the wrap photo. This is what I caught. So as soon as I got out of the car, I threw my phone out, and someone goes, "Do you need something?" I was like, "I'm with them," and they're like, "Oh, okay." And I kept walking, and then I got this whole shot right here. So that was a lot of fun, just to be able to simply walk up and see all of you guys there after it was done and stuff. So that was really cool. But Keely, kind of take us through, what was going on that day, because you guys had been there all freaking day, right?
So first of all, that's the first time I saw that video.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that was really cool to see. Yeah. So it is so hard to talk about all of the moving pieces. So first, if we could take just one step back.
Of course.
So about 2 weeks before we were there, we did an all hands meeting with everybody. Anthony, I will spare the details of the call for everybody's sanity and privacy. But there was this call that we had, and we've got everybody on this meeting, and it's from police, fire, sheriff, chief. Anthony's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. We had literally everybody on this call, and the logistics that we were bringing together. So the first meeting that I have is with our production team and our kind of our contractor, our consultant that's going to be the go-between between the consultant and us, Kat, who's a wonderful human being. And they have the storyboards out. Jen, girl, I don't think you've ever been happier to be off grid at that moment. So we had this production call, and they had the storyboards, and so they were trying to get us to decide which direction we kind of wanted the story to go towards. And just that alone, I was almost in tears. And that's a very visceral reaction that I had. They gave us I want to say it was 6 different versions. And it was a very visceral reaction that I had to this, because I knew in that moment that we had the right production crew and the right people that were not looking to make this about them, right? This was we're going to highlight and showcase the first responders, the people that did this. And I literally messaged my people lead on the side, and I was like, thank you so much for including me in this, because I'm so grateful that everybody here is on the same page, and that I don't feel like I have to keep redirecting. And I don't know how many times I've had to redirect in other facets of my life where it's oh, no, you can't do that, because no, that's not okay. In this situation, I never felt that way. And then we get on this call with everybody. We have an all hands, and I'm telling you what, I was not expecting every single one of them to make it, and they did. Every single person from Cass County got on that call. And poor Anthony was basically, Jen was I'm going on vacation, here are the keys to the city. Oh, and by the way, you're going to have to deal with this, because I kind of set the ball in motion going, and I'm going on vacation, deuces. And she was out. And poor Anthony is
Jen,
on this call.
How dare you?
And Anthony's on the call, and he's he is picking up the parts. Like Jen kind of knows most of what's going on. She facilitated the email with everybody on it, and like we're just trying to facilitate everybody being present. And she's going to be back a couple days before we're going to be on site, right? So he's going to be like basically the person handling our on site there. But it was just all of them were all in 100% on that call. Like there wasn't one person on that call who wasn't like who was like, I don't know about this. It was like, sure, we can get the road closed, no problem. What else do you need? You want a truck? We'll find a truck for you. You need a wrecker? We got a wrecker. Don't worry, we're gonna have a skid steer there for you too. Oh, and don't worry, the dispatchers, you could come in. We're gonna have people there so that you guys can go ahead and film. It was like the beauty of the fact that everybody's heart and soul was in this, and from our production team to our first responders and our field responders, right? Like everybody was like, their heart was forward in this project, and it just felt so good. And then we get there. So like, first of all, the whole situation, I was originally supposed to fly into Grand Rapids, and that got changed. Then I was in Midway, and then I had to drive all the way there. It was anyway, and that's a whole other story for a whole other hour. Anyway,
Uber and
an
oh,
Uber
my
from,
bad.
an Uber from Cass County, Michigan, Edwardsburg. Okay, Anthony was my Uber.
That's right.
He became my Uber. But anyway, getting there was just, there's so many words, but I'm just gonna say this. We got there and we were welcome there like we had known every single person there our entire lives. And recently we were on a call with the marketing team, right after we had rolled this out, and Kay had said, I feel like we should be inviting them to Thanksgiving dinner at this point. And that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like we were just old time friends, family. And I'm that, like, for those of you who are like, yeah, right. No, I'm really being serious. Like, it felt like we were just walking into family. Like we had spent some time on a call together. We had witnessed boxer shorts, and we were just a family. We had all been together. And it was just so nice. And they opened the door. They were like, all in, let's do this. So the first day we were there, we flew in that Sunday first, and that evening, and Kay and I were supposed to meet the film crew, but the film crew had already done their walkthroughs, so we were kind of like playing catch up at that point, which was fine. Jen actually stayed a couple minutes later for us. She's like, I was getting ready to leave, so I'm glad you're here. And we got to check out the ECC and get to meet some of the folks that were working that day. And then we went up to the firehouse, but we decided, like, we knew Joel and the team were there. We went up to the firehouse. We were just kind of like, you know what? They don't really need us. That's fine. And we made our way to our Vrbo. We did not have an Airbnb. We had a Vrbo. And the Vrbo was so cool because it was all decorated in like trains. I wish I had pulled that out. I would actually.
What?
It was the coolest. We were in where were we? The Wajiak? That's where we were. So I could remember, but it was like we were right on a train track, and the Vrbo itself was like everything was decorated in trains. Like there were railroad ties on the wall as decoration and shelves. Every little detail of this house was done in some like luggage, like old steamer trunks. It was like for nightstands. It was the coolest thing. There are pictures.
Did you have a hat, and did you get? Was there like an example in there where you got to go?
I'm telling you, they had trains that were along the top of the house where you could run the trains through the living room and the dining room.
Holy crap!
It was the coolest house ever. Not gonna lie. Again, if I wish I'd known we were going to go down this road, I would have made you show the pictures from the Vrbo. The coolest thing. Absolutely cool. So we went back there, and then what we did next was we stayed up until about 1 o'clock in the morning, going over all of the details of everything that we needed to do and some positioning, things like that. And then next day we were on site starting at like 8 a.m. and starts with um, the interviews at the firehouse. We go down to the firehouse, and it's it's legitimately huge firehouse. By the way, guys, that's huge. It's a huge firehouse,
Yeah,
and
I got some video of it.
yeah, it's a place. And we start off there, and it was like, again, walking into family. These guys were like, "Oh, you guys are Rapid SOS, come on in, we're doing this." And it was like, we go into this big room, and all of our production team is Rebecca. It was the coolest house ever. I'm gonna find it and make Ricardo show pictures. It was so cool. And the bed was so comfortable. Like, I froze my ass off the first night, not gonna lie. We didn't know how to turn the heat on in the house, and by the second night it was fine. But it was so cool. But so we go to the firehouse, we go into this, like, the conference room, and the production team, and it was like such a surreal experience because now we're there with like film crews, right? Like, these people are legit. There was like, I don't know, 5 of them, and we're all sitting around, laptops open, computers. They're changing out batteries for cameras. They're setting up in the apparatus floor of the firehouse. Like, it was legit. And I'm like, so, like, listen, I've done this, right, where I've had film crews in my 911 center. This blew that experience out of the water. I was like, whoa, we were like, holy production crew, Batman. Like, what are we doing? So
I'm looking for this. I haven't found it yet, so you'll have to send me pictures
we're gonna
later.
find it. We're gonna find it. It's gonna happen. It was, so we got breakfast and things, and there was a kitchen, and we had like a spread of food out there. We had like breakfast sandwiches, all sorts of stuff. It was pretty badass. And then the interview started, and it was so cool because, like, they're moving the fire apparatus in and out, the police vehicle in and out. And I know you weren't there for any of this, but I think I sent you a couple of behind the scenes shots, because everything that is being filmed that you're going to see in the mini doc is actually being filmed on the apparatus floor of the firehouse. Except the interviews are actually in the conference room, but you wouldn't know that because of the unique angles that they're doing during the filming.
Yeah.
That's really, so there was just these moments. There were also moments where, like, there would be like a truck out on the highway with really super large tires going by, and like you'd see like the production crew pointing to their ears because they can hear it in the background, and we'll be like, cut, we got to start over again. And it was really like, like the stop, take 2, like, let's do this again. Or like somebody will pull into the firehouse and like walk in behind like the person that's being interviewed, and they were like trying, all of them would like rally and try to run out of the firehouse, sneaking out of a door, closing doors quietly to make sure that we could get the shot.
Those are the bloopers we need to see.
I wish I had thought to just set my camera up and record that, because there's even a point where Jen is one of those people who walked in. Poor Jen's on her boot, like, trying to like hobble in. She's got her boot on, but I think at that point we had to stop anyways. We were like, no, just come, like, get in here. But of course, like, you wouldn't know from like the exterior what we were doing. It looks like a firehouse, right?
Yeah.
So we did the interviews were in the morning, and then what they did was they did some B-roll footage with the fire department. And this is what's so funny about this particular situation. Absolutely none of the people that were in the background watching had any thought that morning that they would be recorded and put on video, but they all jumped in. They were asked if they would be willing, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. And it was like they were, pretending to put on gear and, getting in the truck and pulling the truck out of the firehouse. And like, it was so cool to see them just jump in and just be a part of it. And I was like running around after everybody. I need your release. I need you to sign this because now we're using you.
Right.
Can you sign
Now
this,
you're
please?
in this, and we need
Now you're
to
in.
we need to sign this.
You need to sign this, please, and thank you. But I will say, Kevin, the fire captain there, was pretty good at being like, he walked over to me at one point. He's like, Kaylee, I need 6 more media releases for the guys that were just on film. And I was like, you got it. They were so all in. They just really, they gave 150% of their hearts to this project. And they didn't even wake up that morning knowing that they were going to be in it, except for the 5 people that were being interviewed. Like they came in, they recorded with us, watching the B-roll, and there were times where you could tell they were like, I don't know why they're recording that. That seems strange. And then to see the output of it, and to that point, there's other parts of this video that of course not even Cass County has seen. We've seen it because we've been through the edits and but there's a ton of other footage that will be produced and put in other places. But we've got such great dynamic shots of these firefighters being firefighters and dispatch being dispatch and police officers being police officers. And they're not paid actors. They're legitimate, everyday first responders, public safety professionals. And it was so humbling to know that there are people out there that are just so willing. They were so willing to give themselves that day, and it was so great to see. And after we had lunch, that first day we had lunch at the firehouse, and then we decided after that we were gonna head out to, what is that, May in Lakeview? Like a million times. I'm sure they'll confirm that for me. But first we went up to there was an old restaurant that was on the corner up there, and we kind of stayed out of the way for a while. But we got, first of all, they get a tow truck who shows up with the truck that we're going to use for this reenactment. He's at the firehouse. Thank you, Jen. He's at the firehouse. And he then pulls out, I've got pictures of the flatbed with the truck on it pulling out of the firehouse in front of us, and now we're all heading over to the scene, right? And to do the reenactment. And when we get over there, barricades are already up. There's already neighbors that are like, hey, what's going on? They've shut the road down. We're sitting in a parking lot, kind of staying out of the way for a little bit while they get things set up, and they're kind of doing their thing. And then I walked down there, and that's where I took the video of them ramming the truck into the tree to reenact.
Yes.
To reenact this crash. And again, it was all in. There were, I did not count how many people there were, from Edwardsburg Fire, from ambulance, from the ECC. And the coolest thing was Janie came down, who is the dispatcher, and I just thought that was really special that she came down and spent her day off hanging out with us and watching the reenactment. Because that's not something that dispatch ever gets to be a part of, right? So it was really cool that she came and hung out. Jen was there, Anthony was there, Jen's husband shows up at one point. It was just so great. And then towards, I guess it was halfway through, we see a couple of people walking towards us, and I was like, that's the victim. And they walked down, and they were standing with us across the street while it was actually at the part where they had just started setting the vehicle on fire. And he had walked down, and we had one of the poor firefighters had no idea that when he woke up that morning, he was going to be told that he would be the stand-in victim in the burning vehicle.
Oh no.
So we bought clothes so he could get it, if it got ruined, there were, whatever. So he had clothes to change into that were similar to what the victim had been wearing, Jeff. And when Jeff gets there and he's watching the victim, who's being, at this point, I think at that point we might have been in the middle of the street and the vehicle was on fire. And he goes, "Oh, well, you don't have my suspenders. Do you want my suspenders to make it more realistic?" It was the sweetest thought that he was like willing to give us his
That's pretty
suspenders
cool. Yeah.
that he was wearing when he got into the crash. And I just thought that was the funniest thing. But what was so interesting was Janie was there, the dispatcher who took his call, and he was there, and they both opted not to meet because they knew that they would be meeting the following day at the luncheon, and they
Yeah.
didn't want to ruin that. They both had said it because at that point we could have done it there, you know, and then we could have had the luncheon and it would have been fine. But they both were like, this is a really important moment and we don't want to take away from that. So I thought that was really special that
Yeah.
both of them acknowledged the gravity of what they were about to experience with each other and decided to like, this is okay that we're not going to do that. And he was there, his wife was there, his daughter was there, and his son-in-law were there. So they all stood over, like off to the side with Jen. I think Jen was standing with us and Anthony most of the time. We were with the victim and the family. And they just watched. They watched us reenact it. And I asked him how he felt about it. And he's like, it's okay. It's a little surreal, you know?
I was gonna say, it's probably like an odd out-of-body experience almost, seeing that from that angle.
Right, from that angle, from that perspective, right? He didn't have any memory of it, so for him, he's like, it kind of maybe it puts things back together. And then at one point, Officer Fall, Mike, the police officer who had been the first unit on scene just before the ambulance arrived, had walked over with a tool that they had found on the ground and walked it over to him, and they were like, "Look familiar?" And he was like, "Oh, I was looking for that." It was one of his tools. So the victim is he works in construction. He's a carpenter, and it was a rack body truck, and all of his tools went everywhere. And so they actually found one during the reenactment, and he walked it over and handed it to him. So that was really kind of a cool moment where they got to, you know, have the exchange of the tool. And I wish at that moment my battery was getting close to dying and I knew I still needed to reach you, but I wanted to like rip out the phone and take the picture of the officer taking back giving back some of the equipment they found.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so just being there, everybody being all in, I can genuinely say, you know, I've seen a lot of things in my career and I've done a lot of really cool shit, not gonna lie. Like, I have done some cool things. This probably is number one in my experiences, and I think really I owe that all to the people that were there. It was such the community. When I had called Flat Rock Grill in Edwardsburg, they were. I was getting the menu together, and then they called me back the next day and they were like, we are going to donate all of this food for you guys because we really appreciate what you're bringing to Edwardsburg, and you know, and we appreciate the first responders, so we're donating it all. It almost like I almost cried. I was like, listen, I'm not a crier. I'm more of a crier now that I'm out of 911 than I was before. And I was like, oh, like at no point did we think that was going to be a thing, but it was like just the sense of community, just the sense of just like presence. They were so present with each other, and I have never experienced that, you know. And I've been on fire scenes. I have been standing shoulder to shoulder with my fire department comrades and my police officers, you know, and this was just a different feeling. It was like they all liked each other. They all really wanted, like, were very engaging. They were all just, and again, the community, like the handful of like neighbors that were out, like interested in what was happening. I got to talk to a gentleman that was at the top of the road by the restaurant before I had walked down. very nice gentleman, very interested in what was going on. And he was like, it's really cool what you guys are doing. That's really interesting. You know, he was just very interested. Um, I don't think that this could have been as spectacular as it was anywhere else. I really don't. I say that. Listen, I'm not saying that because both Anthony and Jen are in here somewhere. If they weren't here, you guys would all be hearing the same story. Don't worry, Anthony, you can pay me that $5 later. But it's just,
Checks in the mail.
checks in the mail, right? It was just like everybody was so passionate about their jobs and their careers and what they do. And I honestly, there were times that I was left speechless. Just at the gratitude and the interest that they had with doing this. I remember like in a conversation with our production team, and they were like, do you think they'd light a truck on fire? If not, it's fine. And they were like, it's fine. We can do it on a set. We've got a set that we have access to. And I was like, hold on, you're going to ask a bunch of firemen to set something on fire and then put it out? You're going to be fine. Like, don't worry about it. If you can't find firefighters, or if they won't find I will find you firefighters who will do that for you. And it was this comical thing, but also like that reality where some people are going to be like, no, we don't want any part of it, right? This was not that. They wanted to be part of every bit of it. And that's what made this so spectacular, because everything that we've got, all this extra additional B-roll, all of this footage is all of the real people that were present that day, all of the real people that do the job. And we couldn't have asked for anything better, because like, it's not the same when it's a paid actor. It's not.
Yeah.
And the heart isn't there. And I am enamored of, I want to go live in Cass County. So if I ever disappear and you can't find me, ask Jen. She probably knows where I am.
Yeah.
And then that's the other thing. It's like, now I've got everybody's cell phone numbers and I text them pretty regularly, including the victim's wife. I feel like I've got new friends, and it feels really
You
good.
do. Yeah, for real. You've got a place for the holidays, extra places if you ever want to go. I almost was put on a console twice.
Anthony promised me he could teach me the CAD in 30 seconds. So I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he told me the same thing. He's like, dude, I was just gonna go ahead and split and say, go ahead and take over if you need to. I was like, dude, I'm down. I'm down for it. I was like, I know how to use your texting stuff. I know how to use your phone stuff. Like, I trained people on it, so I know how to use all of that.
Like, there's like this part of me that's like, if I decided to get back into it, listen, it's possible, right? I'm on contract, right? It's possible. I was like, I'd go to Cass County.
Yeah,
but
I'll
this
go hang
time
out with you guys. It's only a couple hours away from me.
But this time I'm going to go to Notre Dame, because I didn't get to go to Notre Dame, and I'm really upset about that. But
well,
and Anthony, I just read
go.
that. Thank you very much for saying that my passion was apparent. Because I do take what I do very seriously about collecting stories, and I try to be very passionate about that. It's important that your stories are told, and it's like, it's nice that like I teamed up with Ricardo, or they gave me Ricardo. I don't know how this works. They handed him to me like a gift.
Brought us together. Yeah,
They did, because like he tells stories too, and it's like, it's like great, because it's like a good catalyst for me. The stories I tell are a little bit different, but still similar, and it's
we were bouncing a lot of stuff off of each other.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. And also, Flat Rock, if you've never been there, check it out, because man, those wings were so good. But also their pulled pork.
It was so good. It was. What's so funny is no matter who we asked, I was like, "So where should we get food from? Where should we get?" Everybody's like, "Flat Rock, Flat Rock, Flat Rock." Like nobody had anything else. Like it wasn't like, "Oh, go to like mom and pop's down the street." It was like, "Flat Rock, you got to go there." I was, okay.
Yeah. It was apparent why, because it was really good. Yeah,
it was really good.
After the wrap, we went there. The four of us ended up going, and I had those wings. I hadn't eaten basically all day. I just
because
the wings. They were super good.
Road.
Yeah,
No, the
yeah.
Ricardo was not in the plan. So Ricardo actually was not told he needed to be in Cass County until the day before we were in Cass County. I think I
Yeah.
was texting you from the flight, like, "Hey, can you get to Michigan? Because Kay would
Yeah, I was
like
like,
you to
"Yeah,
have to."
sure."
And you're like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, I don't know, so over Ohio. I don't know where I am right now.
I know, I was like, "Are you on a plane?" I was like,
But we need you apparently.
yeah, it was really good. It was a lot of fun and just an honor, and I was humbled as well to be able to be there. And with that said, I want to show all of you something. This is the reunion, and I think you might have been on the live that I did in the community, in the trenches community weeks ago, and I was just simply talking about this, and people were in the comments saying, is anyone cutting onions? So that was just from talking about it. Now you're going to see it. So this is just under 2 minutes, and this is footage that I took while we were there. So let me cue this up, and we'll go from there. Keely, do you have your tissues? You definitely do. All right, here we go.
So that everything you owe me, your dispatcher that day, you listened to your call.
The first one, notified by. I was. I got your call. That's when we sent the officers, police, or firefighters, anything else to you. I stayed on the line until Officer Paul got there. Thank you. You're very welcome. This is what we do. We don't get the other side of it, but I'm glad to see this side of it. And so am I. I'm glad to be able to stand in front of me today. Thank you. You're very welcome. Wouldn't be here for one. They said if I was in seconds, it was seconds. That's all I had. You're very welcome. That's nice to meet you too. My wife, Mary. Greatly appreciate it. All of us. My family, grandkids, everybody. Doing all the work. Awesome. Janie got Officer Paul heading that way, and I got Alyssa, who also helped point me out. Thanks, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly.
Man. That was the reunion right there. And the whole video is actually like 4 minutes long because there are other people who come up and everything, but I cut it just for those two pieces right there because it was just what was in the beginning. And that was Jeff, his wife Mary, meeting Janie and Nate from that time. But just standing there listening to them talk, and I could not make eye contact with you because I was there's a part like you could see, like you look right at me and I had to turn my head because I knew that I was going to lose it as well. I was already there.
That's why I turned away. I turned away because I was like bubbling up. It was first of all, poor Janie. Janie was hoping to have like a private moment with him where like nobody, like the place had fallen silent just at that moment, and I was like, oh, I am so sorry, but like kudos to her because she did it anyway. And that's the one thing about like the core of a dispatcher's heart, right? We're scared and we do it anyway. And she did it anyway. And she stood there, and I know it was awkward, because it's like, this is a moment that we don't rehearse for, because we don't get it. We don't get it enough to know what that feels like. And she did it anyway, and I'm proud of her, because I probably would have ran into a bathroom and hid. I don't know. I would have been like, no, I'm sorry, not coming out till next Tuesday. Yeah, just that was, and there was press there, and so this was all, I think, out of everybody's comfort level, and everybody has just they showed up on the day of, and they just continued showing up, and they've continued to show up, because there's been some other press and media that has touched base after this has released, and everybody continues to volunteer and step forward and say, yeah, sure, we'll do it. And I cannot say enough about that.
It was an amazing moment, very powerful, and for everyone who's been here watching and listening and everything, the film in its entirety, the story is out there. It is live, and I'm going to throw this up here really quick. So there's the link right there. Should be coming in. That will take you to the Rapid SOS website. It's rapidsos.com. It's /13 seconds, but it goes to what's in there right now. It turns into that. So when you go there, and actually, let me go ahead and I'm going to put this up on the screen just so that you can all see what it looks like here. But here it is. When you go, it'll bring you here. And this is the official documentary, this film, in its entirety. It's just over 7 minutes long, I believe. And you've got the synopsis. You've got the location. I mean, it's broken down. The crash detected. You've got Janie and Nate here in these pictures, which looks awesome. And then, you've got all of this here. And then you get to meet the people from the film. So here's Jeff and Mary, Janie, Nate, and everyone else involved in all of this. It was really cool. They put this all together. It looks amazing. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like here, but make sure to check it out. Again, it's rapidsos.com /13 seconds. You can also use the link that is in there, and it's phenomenal. Again, everyone involved, just a big thank you. And it's just a testament to the amazing work that these 911 professionals do as first responders, as well as those out in the field as field responders, and just everything coming together. I mean, it was just seconds in the film. You'll see, and I've played a little bit as well in behind the scenes showing the body cam footage. I mean, you see Jeff's shoes catch on fire just as they're pulling him out. Literally seconds. He says it in the reunion video as well. All I had was seconds. Thank you very much. And it's an incredible story.
I still can't watch it without becoming emotional in some way. And it's like emotion towards the situation, the fact that he had seconds, and the people that were involved in the recreation of this to tell the story and to tell why 911 matters, right? Like we've been, I don't know, Ricardo, you and I have been fighting that fight for decades, and
yes.
And it's things like this, like that you can highlight, like, this is why we need the technology. This is why we need the training and the budgets, just like our field responder counterparts, right? Like, we need those things because seconds matter, and it starts with us. So, and I just, grateful for everybody who was able to tell this story with us. It's just incredible. It was really an experience I will never forget.
Yes, for real. Applause to everyone. Standing ovation, just everything. That was just excellent work. And as we go into the wrap up of this open mic, which has been Such a good time. I would say that I'm way above a 10 for a number now. I'm way up there. Someone shared this with me, my guest co-host today. So here it is.
There it is. It's the cutest Verbo
Look
ever.
at this
and
freaking thing.
it's so cute.
Bro, I'm
Like,
a
right
little
down to, like,
jealous.
it was adorable. It was adorable. And then there was like a cute little restaurant place. I can't remember what it's called. Jen, help. It was like a minnow. I don't know what it was called, but it was
The
cute and
min like,
adorable.
isn't that
It
the name of the
was
boat from Gilligan's Island?
the SS Minnow, yes. And to be fair, it was all fishermen.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was so freaking cute. It
look
was
at
so, and like,
this.
look at it, like everything in there, gears, train, like, see up top on that one picture, it's got like the train at the top.
Yeah, all of
The
this.
wounded minnow. Thank you, Anthony. It's like a train that goes all the way around the top from that room into the dining room. It was the cutest little place.
Dude.
However, I will tell you, if you're gonna stay there, you are against the tracks. So know that.
Oh,
The
okay.
train does not come through there all the time. You'll be able to sleep. It's not a big deal. Like, look next to the tub. It's a clawfoot tub, and it's got the lanterns, like the like.
Wow.
It was adorable.
Okay,
Absolutely
again,
adorable.
I'm jealous because I stayed, I think it was a Hampton Inn in Three Rivers, and I'll just go ahead and say it. That place was kind of shitty. It was a place to hang my hat, but the lock wasn't secure. I had my suitcase up next to it just in case. But they had a lot of good snacks, so I'll give them that.
I mean, I had a kitchen, but I had the cutest little downtown. It was adorable. But I will say, you're like across the street from a lumberyard and literally up against the tracks. So it's like, wasn't the best,
Jen.
but
Hey, you know what? I did have a Starbucks right around the corner, so I was
I
good.
did not.
I was good.
Not have a Starbucks.
It was
Definitely
still
did not
good.
have that.
Oh
It
man.
was, but you know what? You know what I did have? I had a really cute house. I had a great experience. I'd do it again, so that means that it was all really good. There was a really cool cemetery. I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm a little bit creepy. I like old cemeteries. I like to walk through them and check them out. There was a really cool cemetery not far from there that was pretty neat that I wanted to go and wander around in, and Kay thought I was crazy. But but it was good. It was yeah, definitely experience. And oh, on that website, if you go and you go to there's a behind the scenes blog that's got a bunch of pictures that are involved with that. And then there's a reunion blog that has the reunion pictures in that. So like
Nice.
click all the way through and check out all the things. We spent a lot of
Yes.
time making sure it was just right. So
And one last time, let's check this out.
Lakeview Drive for a crash detection. They're pinging off the road. It sounds like somebody's moaning in the background. Looks like they're near a tree that they might have hit.
It's the driver compartment on fire.
13 seconds. That's how fast first responders were dispatched. This is people and technology working together to turn too late into just in time.
Victim is out of the vehicle.
I want to know how many times Anthony and Jen have watched it since it's been out.
Yes, same.
I want to know. I want to
And
know.
also, towards the end there, if you heard a familiar voice, that was me, which was a lot of fun to do as well. I remember the notes that they gave me, and they said, we want you to say it a couple different times and a couple different ways. So I'm sitting up here. I'm sure my kids were hearing me through the door and all, and I'm just going, 13 seconds. 13 seconds. 13 seconds. It was just saying it so many different times. I was like, I think this is the one.
Then you have to remember how you said it. I feel like I would fail. Like I'd be like, how did I say that? Oh, that was the good one, and I didn't record it.
Right. Yes. The just in time part also was, they wanted me to say it a few different times, and it was just in time. Just in time. Just in time. So I didn't put the bloopers in there, but I was laughing through a few of them because I was like, oh, I think that was the one, but I don't know. Let me do it again. And
Right. No, totally. Like you're like, but I would have been like, I didn't record that one, and that was the one. Anthony's question in there. So Anthony, I will have that data for you. We actually are running metrics on it, and they did give us the metrics on Friday where we were, and I cannot for the life of me find what Slack feed that was in. Otherwise, I would tell you. But I
That's
will
a
let
lot.
you know. Yeah, it was a lot. We actually had broken some records, not records like for all of the interwebs. For us, our records, they matter too. Okay.
Oh,
But
Anthony says fantastic.
yeah. So it was measuring really well, and we actually have also been tracking where it's been mentioned or picked up in other places, and it's gone as far as Florida. A news media outlet had actually played it or had featured it. So
Oh, nice.
we've definitely we're running it, it's being monitored quite closely. So I will definitely, I think we have a meeting on Tuesday morning. I think that's what we have. It's Tuesday morning to go over what some of the metrics over the weekend were. So I will text you with that information, or I think you have my Facebook message. You could get my cell phone from Jen, or it's on the emails. So you don't, because I am not a Facebooker. I have it for work because I need it for work. Other than that, I don't use it. So
So one last thing before we
I'm
let
an
everyone go.
Instagrammer.
What?
I'm an Instagrammer.
Oh, you're an Instagrammer.
Get me on the gram.
Since what you had said in the beginning, you do contract work and you collect stories and such. So for anyone out there who uses the life-saving services and technology of Rapid SOS, if they happen to have stories, what do they need to do?
Okay. So the first thing is you can go inside your Unite screen and you can go up into your hamburger menu and pull down, and there's a place in there to share your story. You can also find me on community, rapidsos.com/community. If you're not already a member there, you can join it. You can find me in there and share your story in there. There's a Celebrating Success hub. You can go in there and put it there. I monitor that pretty regularly. And if not, there is a, if you do find me on LinkedIn or Facebook, I had reposted it. And in the first comment, there is a link to share your story. I would give it to you right now, Ricardo, but I'm actually on my personal computer and not my work computer, which means that I can send it to you, but you can put it up there, but you can share your story with me via that link, which is how Jen actually got in touch with me. And now look, Jen, we're BFFs now. Now we're friends. You made a friend. So you can be my friend if you send me a message and share your story.
And if you guys don't know what the hamburger button is, it's the button with the 3 lines.
The hamburger menu at the top. It looks like 3 little dash marks. I'm trying to see if I've got it up somewhere where I can just give it to you easily. But I don't know if I can get it that easily because I know you're trying to rap.
It's all good. Where is it? Where did you say it is?
Oh, wait. I could probably...
Which link?
Hold on. It's, I'm going to stick it in your Slack. Do you have your Slack up?
I mean, I can. It
Okay,
is
pumpkin.
loading. Aw. Let me see.
I have to find which Ricardo you are. There's 2 Ricardos, everybody.
Yes. One has a deep voice and the other has a deep voice, and they're both buttery.
Did I send it to the right one? I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the link. Oh, you had to ask Gina. That's okay. Gina, so I will tell you this. Gina is one of probably my highest performers with getting stories in front of me. So we spent a lot of time in that Great Lakes area with her because she's really good about putting that link in front of everybody. So she's one of my go-tos over there. Same thing with Josh Robinson. He's another one who puts a lot of people in front of me. Rick as well. So I work very closely with it's a Google form. That's all.
Okay, the docs.google.
It's
Okay.
a Google form. So you guys can just, if you have a story, I mean, and I'm going to be real with you, even if it's not necessarily connected to Rapid SOS and it's a win for your center, tell me about it. I will highlight it and feature it on our Celebrating Success channel. That's the whole point of this. We don't get the spotlight enough, guys. So whenever you get a chance to celebrate your team or you need help doing that, please let us know. We want to celebrate with
Agreed.
you. All the wins matter. Small, large, big, small. Even if you want to cry, you want to scream into the void, we can do that too.
Keely's all about it.
I'm all about it. I'm all about screaming into the void.
Oh shit. This has been a lot of fun. And I love it. Again, the entire experience was amazing. And yeah, it's something that I will not forget either. It was really good. And with that said, thank you all for joining us tonight for Open Mic Live. I was trying to remember if I had anything else on here. Last thing that I want to mention really quick as I go into the wrap up of this, the Commverse. Make sure to check that out. The Commverse is coming, and that is going to be, I believe, the second week of December. I'm just going to put this in here. This is the name. Follow on social media. Go to the website for the Commverse.com. And or is it ORG? Now I don't remember. Now I'm gonna look it up really quick here. So make sure that I got it for everybody that is going to check it out. And well, maybe I spelled it wrong. I know it's on there. Oh, I know what I did. I didn't put the in front of it. There we go. Boom. There it is. Now I can put it in here. And bam, there it is. So make sure to check that out. The Commverse is a new digital public safety magazine that it's going to be coming out and Frontline powered and everything. And also it's going to be on audio platforms. And I will be doing the voiceover for all of the articles. I'm working on that. I've got my voiceover microphone here.
The fancy mic.
Yes, the fancy mic. So make sure to follow on social media. Make sure to go to the website, check it out. I think there's a newsletter there you can join as well. But there are going to be, I think, about 25 articles. They're going to be there. And I've got a column as well called One Voice, where I'll be sharing stories from the movement as well as Imagine Listening. And there's so much more to come. So make sure to check out the Commverse. And I'm just honored and excited to be a part of it and to be assisting with it and doing the voiceover. So that is going to be a lot of fun. And big shout out to InDigital. Thank you so much for sponsoring Open Mic Live, and shout outs to those who subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, you ever want to be a guest on the OG show Within the Trenches podcast, you can simply go to links.co/IM911, and that is links with 2 i's.co/IM911, and you'll find everything there. This can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as X. And there are clips all over Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and TikTok. And then for both Within the Trenches podcast as well as the Imagine Listening podcast, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. Keely, have a good one. We'll check you all in the next one.